Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video I will describe Python conditions and if statements and loops in Python. So first of all, search Anaconda prompt. Anaconda prompt. And here we have to change the directory because I want to work in this directory. So I will copy this address bar and here cd /d and paste. So I will start a Jupyter notebook right from here. This screen will pop up and then I have this notebook, Python if else. I will click this, then this Jupyter notebook will open. So we can see that the Python supports the usual logical conditions from mathematics. So there are 6 logical conditions: equal, not equal, less than or equal to, greater than, and greater than or equal to. Here in example 1 I have two variables, a is equal to 50 and b is equal to 500, and I want to see if b is greater than a. So we know that b is greater than a, and I have written a condition here that if b is greater than a, then print b is greater than a in a string. So let us run this line. So I have seen that I got a message that b is greater than, and I can also write for example a's value is more than b, here in this case 5000, and b's value is 500, and I want to see if b is greater than a. In this case actually b is less than a, so it will not print any message because the condition is opposite to the written here, right? So here if b is greater than a, type b is greater than a, but in actual case a's value is higher than b, right? So we did not get any message because this condition does not fulfill. In the next example I want to show you the importance of indentation. Python relies on indentation. What is indentation? It is basically white space at the beginning of a line to define a scope in the code. So here I have written a as a 50 and b as a 500. If b is greater than a, then there is no space left before print, so there is no indentation. In this case I will get an error. And what is this error? It says that indentation error. So we have to, after loops and conditional statements, we have to give indentation, and in this case I think it should run. Yeah, here is the else if, which is written at elif, else if. Elif keyword is Python's way of saying that if the previous conditions were not true, then try this condition. So here in this example a's and b's value are equal 500. So in first condition I want to see if b is greater than a, then type this message, and if else if a is equal to b, then print a and b are equal. So let us see. So we got the second message, a and b are equal, right? Another option is else. The else keyword catches anything which is not caught by the preceding conditions else if. So in this example we have two variables, a is equal to 500 and b is equal to 50. So in first condition, if b is greater than a, then it will print b is greater than a. Else if a is equal to b, and else a is greater than b. So there are three conditions, and whatever it is true, it will give us that result. So let us see. So in this case, because a is greater than b, so it has given us the output a is greater than b. Another option is AND. The AND keyword is a logical operator and is used to combine conditional statements. In this example we have three variables, a 500, b 50, c 1000. So there are two conditions. If a is greater than b and c is greater than a, print both conditions are true, and if any one condition is not meeting, then it won't give us this message. So in this case a is greater than b and c is greater than a, so both conditions are true. For example, we type here 5000 and let us see if we get. No, we did not get any message because one of these conditions is both conditions are should be true. Another option is or. The or keyword is a logical operator and is used to combine conditional statements. So here if a is greater than b or a is greater than c, then we will get at least one of the condition is true. So we have three variables. Let us see what we get. So at least one of these condition is true because a is greater than b, okay, or a is greater than c. In this case c is greater than a, but at least one of these condition is true, so we have got this message. Another option is not. The not keyword is also a logical operator and is used to reverse the result of conditional statement. So in this example we have two variables, a 50, b 500. If not a is greater than b, then print a is not greater than b. We got this message, a is not greater than b. And then we have nested if. So there is one condition which starts with f. If x is greater than 10, print above 10. If another condition within f, so it is known as nested if. If x is greater than 20, print and also above 20, else print but not above 20. So let us see, we have x is 11, so we got above 10, 11 is above 10 but not above 20. Okay, let us see here. For example, we change it 51 and we got above 10 and also above 20. The pass statement, if statements cannot be empty, but if you for some reason have an if statement with no content, we can put in the pass statement to avoid getting an error. So here a is equal to 50, b is equal to 500. If b is greater than a, then it would pass. We would not get any message, but it will just run the line and without any error. So this notebook was all about learning about Python conditions and if statements. We have another notebook which is about loops. So Python has two loop commands, while and for loops. So while loop, with while loop we can execute a set of statements as long as condition is true. For example, in this case, example number 1, we have I is equal to 1 and then we are executing another condition while I is less than 6, then print I with I plus is equal to 1. So it will start with 1, print I, it will start with 1, and then in the next iteration it will add 1 plus 1, 2, and then in the next iteration it will run 2 plus 1 and so on until this condition is met. So it has got it will start with from 1 and then until this condition is met. In the next example it is exactly same. So here I have written I is equal to I plus 1. So I 1 plus 1, so it will start with 1 and then it will add 1 in each loop until this condition is met. I is less than 6, so in this case it should be 5. So when it reaches the value of 5, the while loop should end. The break statement, with the break statement we can stop the loop even if the while condition is true. So in this it is similar example, but we want to say that if I is equal to 3 it break, so it stops. We are asking the code to stop if I is equal to 3. So it will start with from 1 and then 2 and 3. So if I reaches 3, then the condition or the loop should stop, break. Another option is continue statement. With continue statement we can stop the current iteration and continue with the next. So the same example, but here we are saying that if I is equal to 3 it should continue. So you can see that 1, 2 and there is no 3 because we are saying that if it is 3 then it should move on to the next iteration. Okay. The another option is else. With the else statement we can run a code once when the condition no longer is true. So here while I is less than 6, print I plus 1 is equal to 1, else print I is no longer less than 6. So in this case when it reaches 5 and then when it starts to run 6, we will get this message because the code will stop at 5. It will have to follow this condition while I is less than 6. So we'll get this I is no longer less than 6. So this was while loop. And another loop is for, F-O-R, for loops. For loop is used for iterating over a sequence that is either a list, a tuple, a dictionary, a set or a string. So for example in this we have fruits and there are 6 fruits in this list. Now we want to print each item in this list. So we will start with for x in fruits and then print x. So first it will go to mango and then grapefruit and then apple, banana, cherry, orange. So it will start printing from mango till orange. Earlier what we were doing is we were indexing each element in this list separately, but applying with for loop, it like in one line we have read whole list. And we want to see x is banana. So for x in banana, print x. So first it will start with B and then A N A N A, banana. right? And then we have another example. uh, we are applying a condition that if uh, x is banana, here fourth element in this fruits list, if x is equals banana, then it should break. So it will run the code until we get banana. This is another example with using break. So if we get banana, if x is equal to banana, then break, stop the iteration, and then we just want to print x, apple. So we have got only 3. When it reaches banana, it has stopped, broken the code. Another example is continue. So fruits, there are 6 items in this fruits list for x in fruits. If x is equal to banana, then it will continue. It will not run this banana and then it will move to cherry. So we have not got banana here, and then cherry and orange, 5 more elements to cherry and orange, not banana. I hope you learned conditional statements in this case, and then while and for loop.